Hi, and welcome to Home Theater 101. Today's topic is speaker wire. And there's some, I don't know, there's a whole lot of talk about speaker wire and how important it is. And just, there are a lot of brands out there that get hyped, and maybe they're worth it. But essentially, what it boils down to is you're basically looking for good conductivity and good insulation. And the thicker the wire you go, the more conductivity you'll have, and the better the signal will be when it gets from your amplifier to your speaker. So where this gets important is when you're running better than average speakers, better than average amplifiers. You've stepped up your game a little bit. So if you've got a $100 amplifier or a $200 amplifier, and you've got a speaker set that was $200, this really it won't make a difference in what you're hearing. I mean, that's just the fact, okay? But if you're running, speakers that are, $200 a piece or $300 a piece, and they're good quality speakers, I want to say, keep watching my videos to see what I consider good quality and what's not. There's a lot of names that are well known that aren't necessarily that good. And while I won't bash them, I will certainly lead you in the direction of better. But anyway, so if you have kind of ish speakers, you don't want to focus on speaker wire too much, because it's not going to be that big of a difference. I don't know that'll be much of any difference at all, really. But if you're running, I'll show you what I'm running here. These are Definitive Technology SM450, Studio Monitor 450s, and they're good speakers. They're not the best in the world, but they're certainly respectable, okay? And with those, if I was running a real thin wire with really poor insulation, yeah, I'm going to notice. But am I going to get good speaker wire for bad speakers? No, because if you want to have better sound, the first thing you want to spend money on is speakers. If you've got crappy wire, it'll be better. Let me rephrase this. If you've got great speakers and crappy wire, that's going to sound way better than crappy speakers with great wire. Okay? Now, that's not to say that speaker wire is not important. It is. This is a spool that I got. This is a monoprice cable. Get that in frame for you here. And this is 12 gauge, and it's 300 foot. This is a lot more than I needed, but it was nice to have the extra wire. But this stuff is nice and thick. It's very well insulated. It's got this, let's see if you can see that there. This blue line, so you can get an idea of polarity. Nice and thick. It's good stuff. And so where this gets important is when you go to run your speaker wire. Let's say you're running it through the attic or under the house or something like that to hide the wires. You don't want to run wire that you may have to replace. Okay, so you don't want to run 25 gauge wire or 22 gauge wire or 20 gauge wire through your attic and go through all that work just to have to replace this wire once you realize you get a better setup or you find the value of good wire. So that's an important consideration. So, if you're going to, improve your wire and you don't have the best speaker setup, but you're going to run wire, then that's a case where it would be worth it to get better wire. Another consideration is the terminal size of your speakers and amplifier. Now this is 12 gauge wire, okay? It's pretty thick, pretty substantial. Again, not the thickest stuff out there, there's always better. When it comes to home theater, there's no limit to how much money you can spend on this stuff. Okay, so, but for 12 gauge wire, it's pretty thick, pretty substantial. But what you'll find is there are some amplifiers, and they kind of tend to indicate their quality. When you strip this wire and try and put it into the amplifier or try and put it into the speaker, it's too thick. The speaker wire will not go in because it's too thick a wire. For me, that kind of tells me, okay, do I have a pretty good speaker set up, a pretty good amplifier, or is it kind of a lower end? If it'll take 12 gauge wire, no problem, goes in like it's supposed to, that's a pretty good indicator. If it doesn't go in and you have to strip the stuff way down, might be time to upgrade. And that's what my channel is here for. It's for helping you guys in your upgrade process when you're trying to get something a little bit better. What to look for, what's important first. And I think universally everyone agrees speakers are the most important thing to upgrade first, then amplifier, then wire. So that's just my thing. And this monoprice wire, I'll put it up. I'll put up a link for it for you guys so you can see what it's all about. But this stuff is not as well known as some other brands of speaker wire, but I don't think it's lesser, if that says anything. It's a pretty good deal. I mean, this spool of wire, it was really economical compared to what I could have spent. So anyway, that's my little bit on speaker wire. Let me know what you guys think. Give me your comments, your opinions. I'm really interested to know what you guys think of these videos. If you find them helpful, please let me know so I can make more in that direction. If there's other things you want to know, please let me know that as well. I'll take requests. There may be something that I know that it's just so elementary to me, but other people may not know it. So please, if there's something you want to know, ask. I'm more than happy to talk about it. So again, please subscribe, and thank you guys for watching.